Hey, what's up everybody? I'm Will, and we are back with Honkai Star Rail today. We are
Life is as a
easing
film.
back on the Liza P that we've been grinding out for the last week. And we are back to mess around in Honkai Star Rail. Last stream, we ended up just hitting one of the big events that were going on super hard. Just basically grinding out this entire thing. And apparently there's this, which it doesn't seem able to do. That we still haven't been able to do this one because the requirements to get the score so high is fucking beyond ridiculous. Let's go. Where are the got messages? For the quest, we got two or four. Let's do this. Alright, apparently we got two main story. Wait, what? We got two main story missions going right now, and this is part 4 of one of them. What the hell? Oh, yeah, I remember now. Okay, yeah. We were doing a mission here which involves, like shops staying open and, like, big, like, corporation trying to come in and take it. I remember now. Alright. Oh, it doesn't have any recommendation. Okay, fire, ice, holy, electric, wind. They're literally the two most opposite. Like, bro. Get her out. Dead. Damn it. Alright, let's start. This is not gonna be great. I need pull up.
Life is as ephemeral as dew on a leaf, and full of worldly strife.
Alright, there we go.
When faced with an army, bide your time.
Gotcha.
Stay calm, Lynx.
Answer me. Let's make it quick.
Alright. I think I'm just gonna auto through some of this. It's just kind of a basic ass fight. Oh, we can't auto. Interesting. He is just like going pretty quickly through some of these.
Follow my charge. Is that it? Rules are made to be broken.
That's what they all say. Illusion? Oh, really? Just the little nub left of HP?
To travel far away.
Heal.
SAS per kippy. Knowledge, the measure of truth.
I don't know why, but when he says SES per Kippy, I always think he's gonna say Provetica. And I don't know where the hell that comes from. I think that's a font name, and I'm like, wait, hold on, she just did a group heal, and he's barely healed. What the shit?
Here is thunder.
Drop the hammer.
Show no mercy.
Specimen sighted. Deep breath.
Not bad. 5 points. Answer me.
Yeah, this is very not great. Well, at least we're dealing with the guy that's most resistant first off. Actually, no, he's not even most resistant.
Let's go.
Commencing research.
God, he just keeps like, oh my god,
I'm asking questions.
so resistant to everything. It's annoying. There we go.
Charge.
Here, try this.
1,000.
I'm gonna need to do another big heal.
Travel.
Okay, let me pay closer attention to her heal. Okay, yeah, she did a good heal. What the hell? And why was last time it was like barely anything? Yeah. You break the shield just like one turn before, one usable turn before
Specimen sighted.
he actually like comes back on.
Let's make it quick.
There's no time to lose. Conflict is pitiless.
Your answers? SAS per kib. Knowledge, the measure of truth and falsehood.
Oh my gosh.
0 points.
Here we go. Yeah, I think just taking out the side guys to explode does way more damage than actually just trying to straight up hit him.
Follow my charge.
Bro. Hey, what's up, Ash? So little damage.
Battles are chess games. No two are alike.
Kind of okay. Oh wait, I forgot this guy has healing.
Keep at it.
Boom.
Keep at it. Keep at it.
Nice. Alright.
We need a strategy.
Stay calm.
And then today apparently is the official, I believe it's the end of Summer Games Fest. I don't think there's any more.
Your answers?
And honestly, today's stream with Ubisoft was so fucking bad. It's like, here's 4 games everybody already knows is coming out, and we've already seen a lot from it. But let's see even more. And it's like, bro, are you fucking kidding me? And then, oh, here's DLC for 2 games, one of which nobody cares about. And then the crew is getting another game. Woo. Which I don't even know how people feel about the crew when it comes to driving games. I've always been a Need for Speed person when it comes to driving games. But yeah, I don't really hear too many people ever talk about the crew.
I'm asking questions. Answer me.
Time.
But yeah, Ubisoft was so shit. Like, I think, I'm trying to think, what was their big surprise? I think their only big surprise was they're making another crew game. And that was it. And then they just showed off everything else they're making. Including more Star Wars. Are you done with Star Wars yet? You only get 6 shows a year and 4 video games of Star Wars. Here's more Star Wars. It's like, ugh. I've never been a big fan of Star Wars. I've always been like, oh yeah, I'll watch the movies occasionally, but it's just like, ever since Disney bought them, they've been, just like Marvel, completely oversaturating the market with shit. And the worst part is, most of it is like, here's the finite timeline, which everybody already knows about. Let's cram even more shit within that short few years, rather than, like, I don't know, going 10,000 years in the future or past and having a drastically different thing. Who needs that? You need to know Luke Skywalker is nearby. Although, I don't know, the newest Star Wars show, Acolyte, I do want to watch, because that does seem interesting. But who knows? They could fuck it up easily. But yeah, Ubisoft was a big bummer. Xbox was a huge surprise yesterday. They had a bunch of games that I was actually super interested in.
measure of truth.
They probably had the most like big reveals and bangers out of all the other events that I've seen,
Questions.
which is, it has been many, many years since I was actually left a Xbox live stream where I was actually, you know, excited about,
Let's make it.
thinking, oh yeah, this shit's dope. Unfortunately, no Lies of P, no Kingdom Hearts, which is a bummer. Okay, we need to do a heal.
To travel far away.
Yeah, this is such a shit fight. This is literally just like a brick shit house that we just have to keep doing small damage to, because there's no way to actually do anything significant. I really hope this is a one and done situation here, and they're not gonna have us do more of these kind of fights. They're fucking lame. I mean, hell, the other fight was a guy that actually had weaknesses on him, and that was still going slow. Oh yeah, Ash, did you see Valorant is gonna be coming to consoles now?
Excuse me, coming
I
through.
haven't played Valorant, but I'm willing to give it a shot. Seems interesting enough.
There's no time to lose. Time for the master stroke.
Nope, Ubisoft was the last stream part of Summer Games Fest. Dude, it was such a bummer for me. I was really trying to be optimistic about like indie games and stuff, and like there were a couple of good ones, but none of them were really like popping off until like Xbox Showcase. So it's like, goddamn. There's supposed to be a Nintendo Live sometime this month, but nothing's been officially announced. But
Time, but don't waste it.
throughout the last couple of years, they always do a stream this month, so hopefully we'll get a Nintendo Direct. And yeah, I really hope PlayStation does another State of Play soon, because their last one fucking sucked, and it was really just lame. And then like most Summer Games Fest was lame, and I'm always like, I was hoping that maybe they were holding their good games for Summer Games Fest, and then Summer Games Fest comes and goes, and I'm like, oh no, PlayStation just has nothing. That's so lame. And then Xbox pops off big time with like a bunch of cool games. And that's like, wow. PlayStation.
Battles are chess games.
Quote,
No
Bane.
two are alike.
PlayStation. Victory has defeated you. They have... I can really tell, like, over the last, I think, 2 or 3 years, PlayStation has really started becoming... when it comes to game releases. Like, original PlayStation releases. Because, like, they don't really have any competition anymore. Xbox is still there, but they're more working on, like, trying to go cross-platform now, more than anything. The PlayStation doesn't even need to try anymore, and that's what happens. They do a shitty Direct, and then like, there's nothing solo to PlayStation that I'm super looking forward to, other than Elden Ring DLC. That is the only thing I can think of that I am looking forward to on PlayStation. That's like, bro, you need to get your shit together. This happened before when you were high on PS2 and then made the PS3, and that entire generation kind of sucked ass. And then you had to come back with PS4. Now you're kind of starting to dip down with the PS5. Like, shit, man. Wait, that was it? What? That was so weird. We just randomly had one fight that counted as like a big mission. That's weird. It was up in this gold section when we selected it. I thought it was tied to some other stuff. Fuck. Yeah, we got a lot of missions we should probably try to get through. check this out.
A few games of chess will while away the time.
Uh-oh. That doesn't look good. Oh, this is cool.
Good evening, Madame Herta fans. This is an urgent broadcast. The great Madame Herta, member 83 of the Genius Society, has been targeted in an attack at the space station. Her current whereabouts are unknown, with no group having stepped forward to claim responsibility. Many Heritors are upset at the ineptitude of upper management, having issued strong protest and condemnation.
Okay. Alright, I was expecting a little bit more, but that's cool. That's the first time they've ever used that function for the phone, where we get video clips sent. Yeah. Go up to where we always go. Like, this entire spaceship is so wasted. We always just end up in the same room every time. Although there was quite a few... okay, I'm trying to think. Oh, okay, one good thing about the Summer Games Fest was the whole Blumhouse reveal. Like, their new game studio. A lot of their games actually look solid. Especially their the pixel art one. It was like Seasons of something. Seasons of like Change or something like that. That one looked pretty dope. Ah! I never thought I'd say this, but the most exciting thing about that game event was Blumhouse.
Mr. Scrollum, this was a premeditated attack.
Conclusion. Their target was the space station, but their strategies are still unknown to us.
That's right. Which is precisely why we need him. The last to lay eyes on Herta's puppet before the attack was him.
And you are?
This is Dr. Ratio of the Intelligentsia Guild, a delegate from the IPC.
All right.
He's only just woken up, dazed. He may need a few pointers.
Hey, so that's actually our first time officially introducing to him.
We cross paths again. Do you remember me? Of course. Why would you? Memory is such a fickle thing, after all.
We're about to get ratioed.
Mr. Trailblazer, you must have many questions. Please be patient. Asta will explain it all to you.
You probably know the gist of things already. A few system hours ago, one of Madame Herta's puppets was attacked by an unknown perpetrator. We don't know the location of the puppet, and we can't pinpoint its signal.
Looks like that kind of stuff happens a lot around here. Alright.
She's away on a visit. This issue didn't seem to trouble her much.
She received an invitation from the IPC before the attack occurred.
Ah, the technology department. Charming little place, isn't it? Madame Yabuli does possess some semblance of competence, but her subordinates? Oof. Oh, they're a riot. Brimming with enthusiasm, yet utterly devoid of intellect. It's as if evolution halted prematurely for them. They want to start some new collaborations with Herta, and have graciously extended an invite for me to play the role of science consultant. It's delightfully amusing. I can't wait to witness firsthand how these geniuses from the so-called Super Smart Club squander the IPC's vast resources. However, this attack was timed a little too well. I can't help but wonder if someone leaked this information, and the attackers seized the opportunity. Herta's aloof response to these juvenile provocations? Almost as intriguing. What a delightful little puzzle.
I've long heard that you're one of the best researchers in the guild, Dr. Ratio. We are honored to have your assistance.
Save your flattery. Time is hardly a luxury we can squander. To debate the merits of mere mortals in the company of an actual genius? Quite the paradox, if you ask me. Excuse me, you. Tell me, what were you doing the last time you saw that puppet? Don't play the fool. Think.
I think I was.
Oh, right. I need your help with something else. That curio's gone missing, and I can't just forget about it. Go find it for me when you have the time. I'm sure you can manage that, can't you? Let me describe it again in case you forgot. It's alive, but it doesn't have a body. Send me a signal when you see traces of it.
I think she mentioned something important, but I can't remember. If only there were some hints, then maybe...
Anyway, keep up the good work. I need to go out for a bit. Go ask Asta if you want someone to help you.
My memory is kind of hazy. What did I do after that?
Okay, I hate this whole weird-ass memory bubble thingy that they started to introduce.
Herta mentioned Asta. That's right, I think I visited Asta. This is what I recall before I met Herta, but I can't remember some of the details. Let me try to remember the conversation with Asta.
A curio that's alive but doesn't have a body. Sorry, but nothing comes to mind. Maybe the researchers at the Departments of Ecology or Insight may have an idea? Hinkle and are around here somewhere. I'd suggest you ask them about it.
Asta seems to have mentioned two names. Two researchers from the Departments of Ecology and Insight.
Those despicable villains are distorting the truth online. Ugh. If I discover who's behind this, they're gonna wish they'd never crossed me. A curio that's alive but doesn't have a body? Isn't that just a jinx? Oh, nowadays people call them wubbaboos?
Wubba? Booze? Yeah.
Well, I might be the Department of Ecology head, but I'm not the most knowledgeable person when it comes to curios. Adler would be of more help, but he's been investigating some paranormal phenomenon. I haven't seen him all day. I must say, it's a little embarrassing for the space station to be in such disarray while guests are visiting. We've been through a huge crisis and are still recovering. But there are some who are trying to exploit the chaos to agitate the workforce. People are growing more and more distrustful of the management here. It's probably turned into a big headache for Asta too. Never mind, I shouldn't be telling you this. It's something that we researchers need to resolve ourselves. Pretend I didn't say anything.
Adler. Right. Then I ran into Arlen. Adler was with him. And was that... Adler was with Arlen. They were involved in some sort of incident.
We're going dreams within dreams.
He went to the scene alone with Peppy? How could you let him?
Calm down, Brother Arlen. I know you're upset.
We're walking the dog.
We're having a walk.
Like I said, we're walking the dog.
So I'm the dog?
They seem to be hiding something.
Is there something you need?
Oh, really? What a coincidence. We're looking for him, too. That kid sure is brave, running straight to the scene on his own. No danger. Of course he's not in danger.
Sounds like a pack of lies.
Brother Arlen, I can't keep this up anymore.
Can you leave the talking to me next time? Let's walk and talk. Why are you looking for Adler? A lost curio. I see. He'll be able to help. Careful. The fragmentum in this area is very unstable. Over there! As I thought, he's in trouble. Let's go!
His voice sounds different than what I remember.
Stay calm now, Lynx. Excuse me, coming through.
I'm asking the question. Let's test your knowledge.
What's the point of having these characters up to level 60 if they do fucking fuck all damage to anyone? Like, I honestly don't understand, like, the power scaling in this game whatsoever. Even when I'm using the right element, it's still not, like, doing any fucking damage to, like, the main guy most of the time.
Time for something sweeter.
1,000 thanks.
Axe. And I also double checked, next month is Zonla Zen 0 is supposed to drop at the beginning of next month.
Time for the Master's Radiant Spirit.
So that's gonna be pretty sick.
Show no mercy.
Ulting on him does the same amount of damage as just a normal attack against him. Like, what the fuck is this? Come on, man.
Things. It reveals truth and falsehood.
Even ulting the element he's weak to, same thing. Just chicken scratch of damage. Like,
To travel far away. For a tough case like yours, we're gonna try 'em all.
I don't understand why this game does this. Where they equivalent being a difficult fight to just having a fuckload of health. And or insanely buffed to, like, everything. Like, that's not a tough fight. That's just a very time-consuming fight.
Follow my charge.
Commencing E-Breath.
Just a scratch. Follow my
Oh, fuck, he's dead.
Specimen sighted. Here, try this.
I need to find a character that can do a full revive. Like, look at that. Even when shield is completely down, it's just chicken scratch.
To travel far.
God damn it, man. I can't wait for Zona's End Zero. Like, this game is awesome and I love it, but this is the one aspect of it that I hate. Is the fucking chicken scratch damage. I sincerely hope Zona's End Zero figured out how to balance shit better. Like, I'm gonna test something. Let's see. We're gonna see how long this fight takes. I literally have a timer up and I'm timing it to see how long this takes. We're already like 4 minutes in to this fight. Yeah, outside of the big like lightning god doing his downward attack, everything's chicken scratch. This is going to be like a literal 5-minute fight. Just because of his, like, completely lack of being able to take damage. That one makes no sense. He's weak to that element, yet he still takes, like, no damage to it. Like, what the fuck is the, like, lightning god? Him. What the fuck is he doing that's causing so much damage, yet all other elements are not? Even though it's an element that he's not even weak to. That's what's confusing me. Like, he's weak to holy damage, but he's not, like, taking any damage. Okay, that was a literal 5-minute fight. That is completely fucking...
That's me. What's up?
He wants to ask you something about curios. I'll leave you to it. Adler, Peppy's in your hands now. Oh, about that investigation I asked for.
Don't worry. I think I figured something out. Catch you later.
After all, I'm 12. I'm basically an adult.
So, which curio do you want to know about? That's all you got? Too abstract. Well, there's beauty in the abstract, I guess. Have you asked the Department of Ecology head? Huh, she's not wrong. But that doesn't feel entirely right either.
Huh? What did I say?
Huh. Now that you mention it, I have a wild hypothesis. But it needs verifying. Let's call it a day. Wait for me. I'll be in touch.
Adler seems to have gotten a lead, but what was the information I forgot? And from whom? Let's go over it from the start. My memories of Arlen and Adler are hazy. I need to remember the other person Asta mentioned.
A curio that's alive but doesn't have a body. Sorry, but nothing comes to mind. How's it going? Did you find the... I see. Is that what Hinkle and... think? At least that counts as a lead. See? My researchers are pretty outstanding. Just business as usual, nothing to worry about. After the Legion's invasion, the space station has been under constant scrutiny. Physical damage can be easily repaired, but it takes a long time to heal the wounds in people's hearts.
Who the fuck talks like that?
Some researchers have been questioning the management and security of the space station ever since the invasion. Things had settled down a bit with the reconstruction efforts, but the researchers' disappearances have rattled them again. Yes, 4 researchers have inexplicably disappeared in a matter of days. No exit logs, no traces. Vanished. People were just starting to regain their footing after the catastrophe. I didn't want panic to spread, so I suppressed the reports and told the security department to investigate in secret. However, as you can see, it's hard to keep secrets in a sardine can like this. Rebuilding trust is harder than establishing it in the first place. I'm concerned someone's pulling strings to sway public opinion. Anyway, the most important thing is to get to the bottom of the disappearances.
Okay, we're having this entire conversation just to remember that one name. Why can't we just pop out to the real world and be like, hey, yesterday you told me 2 names. And then you give them the first name and see if they can remember what the second name was. I hate when they give like these weird like they're trying to do a puzzle thing here, but like there's a solution of just like ask the person again in the real world that they'd probably remember because it was just yesterday or earlier today. I don't know what the timeline on this is, but it's like when you make a puzzle out of a thing that shouldn't be a puzzle in the first place. It's like a weird like,
okay, but thank you for the
what are you doing here, bud?
Aren't you helping Madame Herta with something already?
Yeah, speaking of puzzles, apparently Talos Principle 2 is getting DLC, which I don't even know when Talos Principle 2 came out. It was like quite a few years ago. Like, let me check that. I'm pretty sure it was like almost 5 years ago. And it's like, you're getting DLC now? What? Oh yeah, and also the sequel to Myst, another famous like puzzle solving game. I can't remember the name of it, but they're doing a complete remake of it, of the sequel to Myst, for like PlayStation and stuff. Alright, Talos Principle, the original was released in 2014. And then the sequel... Talos Principle 2. Oh, whoa, what? That is insane. Talos Principle 2 came out in 2023. I honestly thought it was like 2018. Dude. Freaking years. Christ. Still fucking when it comes to timeline. I think it came out way longer than that ago. Maybe they announced it back in 2018. Maybe that's what I'm remembering. Yeah, but that's a puzzle series I really wanted to get into. I think I have the first one. Although I don't know how interesting it would be on... Like, one of my favorite games of all time is The Witness, just because it's, like, visual, such a beautiful game. But good lord. Bashing my head against that wall for 2 days straight. Like, literally, that's all I did. But I beat it and platinumed it, which took a minute.
Oh, by the way, I heard about the thing mentioned, and I'll look into it too. I'll find a way to solve the problem for the space station.
So I did consult someone else other than Hinkle. The only thing I remember is that They're from the Department of Insight. The other person should be from the Department of Insight. I need to remember who it is.
A memory
The other
bubble.
person should be from the Department of Insight. I need to remember who it is.
Back to the whirly gig. The
Identifying that
thingamabob.
person is crucial. It could be the key to making sense of everything.
Let me describe it again in case you forgot. It's an send me a signal when you see.
I think she mentioned something important, but I can't remember. If only there were some hints, then maybe.
Anyway, keep up the good work. I need to go out for a bit. Go ask Asta if you want someone to help you.
The other person should be from the Department of Insight. Not here. That person is probably with the Department of
You
Insight.
keep saying that.
The other person
Yes.
should be from the
Fucking Christ. Explore the related memory.
Identifying that person is crucial. It could be the key to making.
Hey, what brings you here, Rich? It's been so long.
I'm not that wonderful. I'm just okay.
It's all taken care of. As long as the money's there, it's all good.
We're literally within earshot
Here's
of
the
her.
account you asked for. It's legit and secure, allowing you to connect straight to the intranet.
Sure. Can I help you with something?
Oh, you flatter me. I'm just a peddler doing a little business on the side. Small scale. Best left under the table. But if you ever make it big in the guild, don't forget your humble friend, okay?
Again? How many times has it been? You're really pushing my buttons.
Here too. My memories are just a jumbled mess of words. Did my memory piece together irrelevant information? Now I remember. The other person is Emily. She was at the base zone. What did Emily say?
To the base zone. He's only level 2. Loser.
I say, what a wonderfully intelligent-looking young lady. I'm not that wonderful. I'm just okay. No need to be modest. At my age, you get a feel for intelligence. Though I confess I did hear someone say you were the shining star of the Department of Insight. Sure. Can I help you with something? See this material here? People are so inconsiderate. How's someone like me supposed to make out the small print? I'm not getting any younger, and my eyesight is failing. Do you think you can... Again? How many times has it been? You're really pushing my buttons. Oh, another smart-looking youngster. Wonderful. It's about time we had some new recruits. Huh. Asta told you to find me? A curio that doesn't have a body but is alive. Isn't the Department of Ecology full of curio experts? That's got nothing to do with the Department of Insight. However, I've heard of such a species. A colleague who came back from a business trip said that the Cienjo Alliance has life forms like that. Don't get me wrong, I was merely relaying information. I didn't mean I'd help you. The atmosphere on the space station has been getting stranger lately. It's risky taking sides.
The Xianzhou species Emily mentioned seems to be what inspired Adler. The disappearances Asta mentioned are likely related to Arlen's investigations too. Now I should be able to tie everything together. The Xianzhou species Emily mentioned seems to be what inspired Adler.
I figured you'd come to me to uncover the truth. I'm sorry. The situation is very delicate. I can't say anything except that it's a secret mission.
Just as I thought. I vaguely remember that Arlen said more. It's related to the thing I forgot.
I'm sorry. The situation is very delicate. I can't say anything except that it's a secret mission. How did you know? I see. Could you also tell that Lady Asta was feeling the pressure? I'll be honest with you. It's been tough. The surveillance didn't capture anything regarding the researcher's disappearance. There's only one clue. Adler observed that the automatic fire suppression system was momentarily activated around the time the disappearances occurred. That means that every victim's disappearance was accompanied by some inexplicable fire. When we made visits to the scenes, some of the witness testimony seemed to agree with this. The words they used were spontaneous combustion of the human body.
That's never fine.
Have you asked the Department of Ecology head? She's not wrong. But that doesn't feel entirely right either.
Huh? What did I say?
She's not wrong. But that doesn't feel... that's right! They're called Heliobi. I guess you could say that Wubbaboos and Heliobi are sort of like cousins. Both are types of energy life form. Now that you mention it, I have a wild hypothesis, but it needs verifying. Let's call it a day. Wait for me. I'll be in touch.
Spontaneous combustion of the human body. That's most likely the truth. Let me remember my initial conversation with Herta, just in case. I need to go over it from the start.
Let's reenact this conversation several times. Yeah.
Let me describe it again in case you forgot. It's an... Send me a signal when you see traces of...
I think she mentioned something, if only there were some hints.
Last fucking one.
Let me describe it again. Send me a signal when you see traces of it. That's not the point. I wouldn't be bothering with it if it didn't have something to do with the Genius Society. Anyway, keep up the good work. I need to go out for a bit. Go ask Asta if you want someone to help you.
I commend your stamina for recounting that interminable tale. You must be exhausted. My ears certainly are. So, to sum it up, the last time you laid eyes on Herta was in her office. She sent you on a wild goose chase for some trinket, the curio. After which you knew nothing else until Lady Asta contacted you. If that's the narrative you're sticking to, then indulge me. Who, pray tell, can substantiate this captivating drama? A second-hand account. She wasn't at the scene.
Affirmation. We can ask Herta herself.
Well, if you lace up those boots and start sprinting now, you might just catch the IPC shuttle in 4 system hours. But as it stands, not a single soul can corroborate his story.
Mr. Ratio, your style of questioning would seem to have a preconceived bias.
Apologies, it's an unfortunate habit of mine. When one is immersed in academic research, skepticism comes far more naturally than belief. It is also the most efficient method, judging from my experience. Seeking answers with a negative hypothesis in mind is still valid research. It can still help us reach the truth. If he is truly innocent, he can clear his name with answers. Based on your story, you met with Herta because she specifically wanted you for an assignment.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Why are they doing this? Why are they turning this into a fucking, Dude, I think this came out around the same time when they introduced that whole court system in Genshin, which fucking sucked as well. It's like, bro.
If you knew Herta, then you wouldn't find it weird.
Don't interrupt other people. Did no one teach you manners? Based on your story, you met with Herta because she specifically wanted you for an assignment. And the assignment involves a curio that doesn't even have a name. Herta's collection. An endless trove of trinkets and baubles. And yet, she singles out one nameless ordinary curio? It's hard for me to imagine she would treasure one curio so much.
I doubt Herta is interested in the curio itself.
Based on your story, you met with Herta because
oh my god, these...
you.
I remember now. Back then.
That's enough pretending. Based on your story, you met with Herta because...
I remember now.
That's enough based on your story.
God.
I remember now.
That's enough.
I hate these kind of things. This is why I don't play the fucking Phoenix Wright games.
She wanted you for an assignment, and the assignment involves a curio that doesn't even have a name.
I remember now.
Well, what the fuck are we supposed to do here?
And the assignment involved...
Herta didn't mention the name of the curio. We were talking about something else, and she just mentioned it in passing. However, she did give a thorough description of the curio. I didn't make that up.
Wait, then what the fuck's the point of being able to select the crystals if that's not even the thing you're supposed to do?
True. You wouldn't be able to make that up.
Why do I feel like I'm being looked down on?
And the assignment involves a curio that doesn't hurt his collection. An endless trove...
Sure. But you're the one saying the curio in question is ordinary.
Say what you want to say.
A correct observation, if I may add.
Herta's collection. An endless trove of trinkets and...
I remember now.
Oh my god.
Collection. An endless trove...
The curio isn't the point. Herta was only addressing it because of its relation to the Genius Society.
Really obnoxious gameplay is what you meant. They are trying to do this whole Phoenix Wright thing, except I'm not understanding what the fuck they want me to do for any of it, so I have to randomly hit buttons until I make my way through it.
That seemed... Then you said you asked Asta for help with the lost curio.
It's like, what the fuck are you... Like... Okay, let's define this.
Yes, to get more information about the curio. I didn't get a direct answer, but Asta recommended I seek out a researcher who could help.
Then you said you asked Asta for help with the lost curio.
And then it just circles back. Like... Okay, cool.
I remember now.
Nope, that's wrong.
Then you said you asked Asta.
Nope, that's wrong.
That's enough. Then you, however,
like,
she decided to
I'm not
hold her
understanding
tongue
this. They're not really
now.
giving us any fucking cues on like what things we're supposed to do, especially when they're giving us two different options, and one of the two options leads to three other like options. It's like you're not defining the parameters of what I'm supposed to do during this mini game properly. Like, any of these could be the right thing at any time, because you don't understand how fucking conversation works. Like, any of these things could be interjected at any time, at any point in this conversation. So trying to have a specific outcome for a random sentence makes no sense.
I'm asking him, Lady Asta.
Who the fuck thought of this? Here's three things that are super close tied together. Now you have to guess at what point during this conversation you're supposed to interject one of these three random things, and then we'll restart the conversation over again if you don't get it right. It's like... There's not even like the whole like exclamation point pops up. It's like, oh, right here we're supposed to do something. Like, give me a sign that, oh, this information is like important here or something. Because we're just having the same basic conversation and all 3 points can be like important to any given conversation we're having about this topic that we're currently talking about. So it's like,
your testimony went out the
Bro.
window the second you started being secretive. However, she decided to hold her tongue, and so what's the story? Are you full of fanciful fiction? Or is Asta the one hoarding secrets like they're going out of style?
Asta isn't trying to hide anything. It's because of her position. Some things shouldn't be said in the open.
What could be more important than Herta's safety?
I agreed for Mr. Ratio to become involved in this. I should consider him one of us. It's okay. You can tell him.
tell him what? I've already tried to tell him the 3 different things and none of them seem to be interested.
Story? Are you full of fanciful fiction? Or is Asta the one hoarding secrets like they're going out of style?
That's another thing I don't understand. When I hit defined, it goes off on a side tangent of like giving us like more like conversation that's unique. But then we'll just circle back to the initial statement. And it's like, then what was the side stuff for that we just talked about? If he's gonna round back to the same statement. And none of these were useful for this entire thing.
Conjecture.
Then you said, however, so what's the
conjecture?
Then you said you asked Asta for help.
I remember now.
Oh, that's a lie.
Then you said, however, she decided to hold her tongue until now? So what's the story? Are you...
The space station has been very distrustful of its higher management. Ever since the Antimatter Legion's invasion.
I hate it when it was in Genshin, and I hate it when it's in here. You're not Phoenix Wright. This is not set up to do this kind of gameplay, because you do not give us enough surrounding information to properly define the order of operations. Like, you hit this when he says this, or you do this when he does that. It's like, you're not giving us any of that necessary information to be able to use these mechanics. Like, what the fuck were they thinking with this?
Another severe incident would
Bro.
further intensify suspicion and cause great internal strife.
Objection!
Oh. So that explains why Lady Asta approved of my participation. After all, the Intelligentsia Guild's representative wouldn't be linked to the space station, but would still share the IPC's position.
I wouldn't know that information, okay.
They wouldn't be partial to anyone, but would still act for the space station's benefit. Two birds with one stone. Researchers' disappearances, you say?
Oh my god, there's a third
Yes,
one?
The responsibility of sorting out that mess has been thrust upon Arlen, head of the security department.
Okay.
Yes. I ran into Arlen when looking for Adler.
Okay, so I think I figured out what they want us to do. Each conversation, Ratio has 3 different things he says, and I think in each one, we just have to go through, hit define for each one, and then in one of those 3, we have to interject the information. I think that's how it's working.
Adler?
A level 2 researcher. According to the Department of Ecology head, he knows more about curios than anyone else. He happened to be helping Arlen investigate the disappearances.
This is why I prefer playing Liza P, where I just have to murder. Rather than trying to dissect conversation for some fucking reason.
Well, did he enlighten you?
Adler seemed to have an idea at the time, but he never contacted me again.
Researchers' disappearances.
And then they circle back.
No connection? I disagree. There should be evidence linking them together. If I review a certain record.
Clearly, though, it bears no connection to Herta's puppet being attacked. Cut the act. You're perfectly aware of the point I'm making.
Doubt me all you like. I'm just an outsider who got unexpectedly dragged into this mess. You and I are no different. We both stumbled into this, but you decided to assume the role of interrogator.
Oh? Your point being? Cut the act. You're
Doubt me all you like. You and I are no different.
Oh?
I hit the wrong one that time.
Your point. Cut the act.
Correction. There may be a correlation.
Researchers disappear clearly, though.
Okay, this
There's
one...
no connection to Herta's puppet being attacked.
I remember now.
Oh.
That's enough. Clear. Cut the act. You're perfectly aware.
Correction. There may...
Researchers clearly, though. It bears no connect.
No. If I recall correctly, Asta said, one of Madame Herta's puppets was attacked by an unknown perpetrator. We don't know the location of the puppet, and we can't pinpoint its signal. Don't know the location. Isn't that the same as missing?
She did say that. But then what? You need to provide evidence to show incidents are linked.
There should be evidence. Arlen discovered something odd when he was investigating the disappearances. The space station's automatic fire suppression system was momentarily activated around the time the disappearances happened. Arlen mentioned that each victim disappeared due to spontaneous combustion.
Yeah, honestly, they could have just done this through just like multiple choice conversation branches. That would have been way more easier than a looping 3-part conversation, which you have to figure out at what part of the conversation they need you to interject, and then what piece of information they want you to interject with. Like, this is just forcing gameplay into just having a normal conversation. Like, it works for Phoenix Wright because that's literally the entire point of the game, but it doesn't really work for here. Because I think we've done this one other time with one other side mission, and I was equally as confused as what the fuck they wanted us to do for it. And it doesn't help that the conversation just loops infinitely if you choose the wrong thing at any of the parts. And it's like, that's not super annoying. And I love that this is the part where they choose to do voice acting too. So you have to re-listen to the person's lines over and over and over and over and over again.
But there are no signs of a fire anywhere in the
Great
space
way
station.
to use it, bud. Not the million other silent conversations, but no, this one, which we purposely set up to be on a loop, is the one that we had to have speaking roles at too. That's never annoying.
But this information has an additional layer of importance.
Like when you're forced to watch a cutscene or hear dialogue before a boss fight, except it's like never a short one. It's like, cool, here's a 4-minute cutscene. Hopefully you won't die and you're dead.
This may not be direct evidence, but if the system also recorded the fire suppression system activating when the puppet was attacked, then there's ample evidence to indicate that these two cases are linked.
Christ.
If these two incidents were caused by the same person, then the suspicion put on you would decrease, provided that this fire suppression record does exist in the system.
We'll see in the main control room. Let's go. Huh? What was that?
Got a mess.
Newsflash. This is an urgent broadcast. I repeat, this is an urgent broadcast. News has finally emerged regarding the attack on Madame Herta. The Annihilation Gang has claimed responsibility for the incident and warned of further activity. The Guild has expressed utmost condemnation.
The gods of the starry skies have abandoned the world. They give no thought to the masses. Only the wounded savior can bathe the world in the firelight of destruction. Yet always there are cowards trying in vain to reject their favor and escape the wounds. Flee then. Flee as far as you can. No matter the distance, annihilation will find you.
It's really good at half.
This is
a declaration of war and an announcement of what's to come. They have set their sights on you. The Legion's impact remains, and the Annihilation Gang is already paying a visit. It almost seems like this space station is more suited for the path of destruction than erudition.
See, this is stuff that they do in Genshin 2 that I find very annoying, where it's like cutscene, and then like what just happened was a cutscene, and then it automatically pulled up our messages where we had to just manually select the video, play the video, and then come back to a cutscene. Like, why didn't you just make this all just one cutscene instead of having it weird be cutscene, gameplay kind of, and then a kind of a janky jump back to cutscene? Like, make it one scene. Like, there wasn't like you didn't even have options to like pause or go away. Like, it wasn't a resting moment where it's like, oh, okay, I'm done with the game. This is a good point to stop. Like, no, you're forced into all of these things one after the other. So why don't you just make it one long cutscene? Like, I don't like this. Like, Honkai Star Rail, I haven't had too much experience with it, but Genshin does that quite a bit, where it's just like, what's the point of having two cutscenes smashed together between this micro form of like, press a singular button, gameplay? It's like, no, just take out that single button press and just make it a smooth, like, cutscene, instead of it being like weird, 3 weird sections kind of chopped together. Like, that's a, I don't know why HoYoverse does that sometimes. Fucking weird. Just one cutscene, bud. I didn't need that extra button press to keep me extra engaged. Like, nah.
This Duke Inferno Ifrit is a life form that hails from Fatora, a world long since destroyed. His race, the ever-burning fire demons, regard Nanook as their emperor and savior, but the Eon has never cast their gaze upon them.
A group of pitiful lunatics. I like Dr. Primitive's assessment of them. The value Nanook sees in the Annihilation Gang is perhaps far less than one might see in a child who deliberately broke a vase. The fire demons have a cruel temper and instinctively ignite and destroy items. Ifrit is particularly evil and cruel, even among his kin. The Everflame mansion he heads is even the arch-enemy of the Japella Brotherhood, despite both groups belonging to the Annihilation Gang.
Japella Brotherhood? I've heard that name somewhere.
On the Stellaron Hunters Wanted posters, they stand accused of inciting the Japella Rebellion, the uprising that caused the downfall of the Brotherhood.
The Japella Palace crumbled in the scorching flames, and Ifrit's power has grown by the day ever since. Would you believe it would be merely a coincidence? Something similar is about to happen here. Spontaneous combustion? For him, it's as routine as me finding fault in everything. The disappearance of researchers and the puppet were all part of the plan. And after that video will soon circulate. And this station's fate? Flames. Nothing but flames.
The destruction of trust.
I'm afraid more than trust will be destroyed here. You need to start acting now if you want to survive. You, come with me. You have a superior strategy? Pray tell, do we set the two of them loose, turning whispered fears into full-blown pandemonium?
If we did that, we'd be at a disadvantage. I'll stay here and try to contain the news as best I can. Please, investigate the issue quickly.
Okay.
A diamond in the rough.
Oh, it's back to the main, main area.
A few games of chess will while away.
I guess that's what makes it.
Not good. This is serious. The security department will do whatever we can to help you.
A list of the missing researchers and their details.
Sure, but the security department already combed through their backgrounds and personal relationships. We didn't find anything odd. The Annihilation Gang are a group of die-hard thugs. They might be attacking indiscriminately.
A list of the missing researchers and their details.
Okay.
Take it. Remember these names. Find a friend who's tuned into the gossip around here and tell them you want to know the relationship between these people. I don't know. That depends on your friend.
I don't remember if I've ever actually done a mission before. And why do so many of them have my number?
What else do you need me to do?
Take me to the one who knows the most about curios within the Department of Ecology, if you would be so kind.
He disappeared too. I didn't really notice at first. Adler's difficult to get a hold of at the best of times. But it's been a few system hours, and I still can't reach him. Even the surveillance cameras can't find any trace. The last time I saw him was in the Master Control Zone. He was with Wen Sherling from the Department of Implement Arts.
Lead the way. You said Adler was on the verge of a discovery, yet couldn't confer his knowledge. Intriguing and frustrating, to say the least. If his disappearance is also related to the case here, then maybe he really did stumble upon something important.
True. The keywords that got Adler thinking were energy life forms. Duke Inferno is also an energy life form. Coincidence? We need to investigate this.
Jerk! 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 Fine! Disappear! I don't ever want to see your face again! Oh, it's you. It's Adler. Adler disappeared. He's been acting really weird recently. Always researching stuff like spontaneous combustion, supernatural activities.
I've seen it around. How's it going?
He doesn't answer me when I speak to him. He was talking to himself.
What did he talk about?
He kept saying the word phrase.
Phrase.
Who said I want him back? But if you want to find him, he was reading this booklet the last time I saw him. I don't know exactly what he's searching for, but I hope it can help you.
Dark web. Yeah, wasn't there that one woman who was talking with the guy with the afro about the web?
Your countenance suggests tragedy. So the researchers who disappeared were at the forefront of challenging management. Isn't that a curious puzzle piece? I finished browsing through this booklet while you were replying to messages. It recorded the lives of a few Genius Society members. I'd say it contains some interesting information. It's time to go back and chat with Lady Asta and Mr. Screwlum.
I'm saying, how was Sky? I've seen it around and it kind of reminds me of Journey, but I haven't got... Yeah, I've mainly just been playing more Call of Duty because of the whole Gundam stuff that's dropped. That was pretty sick. I'm trying to do like, what is it? It's not dailies, it's like a weekly thing where you have to get a certain amount of XP and you unlock different, kind of like a mini battle pass. That I've just been hitting Call of Duty and playing a shitload of Poke Rogue, even more so. Still haven't beaten it yet. I literally can get up to like 190 in that game and just not be able to beat the boss. Frustrating. Also another thing that I hate in the Genshin games, where it's like, it will be main character and then they'll have to immediately swap to other characters. Like, why? Why can't it just be this character looking at their phone? We understand these characters aren't literally here and they're avatars for the main character. You don't have to hot swap between main character and other character as soon as you come out of a scene. Just let it load in as this character. Especially if it's like you're texting someone back. It's like, it's not even like you're supposed to be in the cutscene as this character. Oh, fuck me. Alright, all the way down there. The newer area. I think it's the newer area of the satellite. Yeah. I don't even remember. Oh, yo, okay. Maybe we're gonna have to fight someone. What didn't?
You're back. I've been monitoring the dark web. I barely managed to stop the video from spreading. The incident hasn't grown any bigger, for now. How are things with you?
Less than promising. Or to use a different phrase, we're in deep trouble. We're running out of time. Let's retrace our steps and evaluate the situation. From the data we've collected, there are 3 avenues we can explore.
Fuck.
First, Adler's disappearance. He must have come across some vital information.
Adler also.
You think that Adler's discovery drew the enemy's attention?
Yeah, it's weird that they added this to it. Like, this could have just been the natural progression of conversation. Instead of you having to, like, activate, like, my trap card, we have additional dialogue. It's like...
Indeed. And I already know what he found. First, Adler's disappearance. The next angle is what the victims have in common.
And also,
distasteful as that discussion may be.
And also, it's super weird that the discussion add-on to it just makes it loop back to the beginning of that same conversation instead of moving on to part 2 of this conversation. That also would have made things a lot more clearer.
Distasteful discussion.
Yeah, I think I'm starting to get the rhythm of this down. And I know this is going to be super annoying because they don't do this often, and we're probably going to run into this, like, in a month or 2, and I'm going to completely forget how to fucking do this again.
A mere glance at their background would indicate they share no commonalities. However, after browsing through their online records, you discover they all wield influence on the space station's dark web.
Did we?
Lady Asta must know what this means.
Yeah. Hook us up with some sweet, sweet ketamine.
The next angle is the abilities of Duke Inferno and the secret of spontaneous human combustion. You probably already know about this. The fire demon of Fatora the Duke of the Annihilation Gang. There is another secret with Ifrit. Last is the abilities of Duke Inferno and the secret of spontaneous human combustion.
The link between the three is...
First, Adler's disappearance. He must have come across some vital information. The next angle is what the victims have in common, distasteful as that discussion may be.
I understand. So the answer is...
tenuous connections. The next angle is last. Is the abilities of Duke Inferno and the secret of spontaneous human combustion. During prior unrest, instigated by the Everflame Mansion, some testified to seeing miscreants materialize from the Inferno.
Were you able to catch any of the game streams that happened over the weekend with all the different announcements?
The flickering tongues of Duke Inferno's fire carrying a certain property, and this property is the secret behind spontaneous human combustion. Look, the answer is right there.
Oh, yes. There.
This booklet describes a kind of fire that can phase through dimensions, claiming it burns through worlds, leaving numerous scions of flame behind.
It's the Phase Flame, the creation of member number 29, Serkal. She was an amazing genius, intelligent, kind, and humble. However, she lived for a mere 29 days on the human calendar. Such a pity.
I'd say like check IGN or something. There was just like, you know, as per usual at Summer Games Fest, a shitload of game trailers dropped. Shitload of announcements. Most of them were
shifted into a different phase as soon as
indie
it
games.
was created. When it returned to this phase, Serkal had already passed away. It then continued to shift through phases, making its capture impossible.
This booklet describes a kind of the kindling of this unique flame. Must be the missing curio that Hurt has been searching for, and Duke Inferno is evidently spawned from it.
Somebody was once able to glimpse the traces of the Phase Flame and obtained a wisp of its kindling. Herta kept it and lent it to Ron May for her research, but the kindling was lost in the process.
Okay, this could be the booklet.
If Ifrit is a scion of the Phase Flame, then the entire incident is now clear as day.
The kindling of this... I fear that this is the truth Adler discovered. Undoubtedly, the curio Herta asked to find was the Phase Flame. And Adler already discovered the relationship between spontaneous human combustion and the Phase Flame through the concept of energy life forms. I fear that this is the truth Adler
Okay, energy
discovered.
life forms. Seen research list, booklet. Like, we already did this one, though.
I understand.
Yeah, it wouldn't be that one.
I fear that this is the truth Adler discovered.
Like, it could be either one of these. The booklet could be, like, information.
I understand.
Tenuous connect. I fear that this is the truth Adler discovered.
Like, they're so vague. Like, literally either one of those could have been
said,
right answer.
Adler kept muttering about a phrase before he disappeared.
Yo Gabba Gabba?
I believe this word was actually phase. He saw member 29 Serkal's research topic in this booklet and verified his hypothesis. As a scion of the Phase Flame, Duke Inferno would naturally share similar capabilities. Full-on phase shifting may be a bit too ambitious for him, but teleportation That's likely more his speed. That is the truth of the spontaneous human combustion. The researchers didn't disappear.
Put it away.
They were moved.
Go, bud. Solving mysteries.
We don't know where the victims went, but Duke Inferno's plan is now clear. And the sudden and consecutive disappearances provided the best environment for chaos to fester. Once the seed of unrest has sprouted, he will then send out an announcement for an imminent attack. It will push the crisis from the dark into the light, catalyzing it into new growth and bloom. The next step would be to ignite the spark. Look at those researchers who disappeared. What would happen if someone realized their similarities? I need say no more.
It was all a premeditated trap to stir up chaos on the space station.
We're running out of time.
Well, let's continue conversating about it. Multiple choices. That seems like a good, ending of time. Time sent. I hate when they do this. Where you just open up a thing and then it's like a huge block of text. Like luckily most of these aren't actually conversations. Still. It's like, wow, it's just like a real phone. It's like, yeah, but it's not, and it's for story purposes, so stop being fucking annoying.
This...
No, it isn't enough.
Indeed, it needs one more spark.
What do you mean?
If you limit your involvement to this, there's still room for excuses. If it were me, I wouldn't give you the chance.
Cutscene.
Could it be?
Huh? What is it?
That was a very quick.
Stay calm. Asta was merely teleported. Her life was not in danger. Based on first-hand experience, I have ascertained that Ifrit's flame is simply a splinter of the primordial phase flame, lacking any phase shift ability. Logic. Asta is still within the confines of the space station.
That flame must still be somewhere inside the station. Find it, and we'll find a way to bring her back.
A splinter, you say? The arrogance of the gifted is charming in its own way. Try then if you must.
It seems that Duke Inferno didn't deign to personally grace the space station. He merely cast infernal fire into our midst to wreak havoc among the researchers. When the fire fizzles out, his malevolent plans will vanish without a trace.
I will head to Herta's office and activate the folded space in the curio storage room. With some changes to its parameters, I can use it to block the fire's teleportation routes and seal it inside the station. Mr. Ratio, please go with Mr. Trailblazer and contain the fire.
I wonder, like, this has got to be a thing that's, like, coming up soon. Where they'll be able to clone a voice actor's voice. And then they'll actually be able to, like, whatever name you put into the game, they'll actually be able to properly read it as that voice actor. Not to say they take over the whole job, but just, like, for a very specific instance of, like, a person puts in their name. Instead of having a guy have to read, you know, a million fucking names, you could use AI in that specific instance of, like, an AI clone of that specific voice actor's voice to read the person's name. Like, that's gotta be a thing that's, like, coming up soon in the next couple of years. As a thing. Yay, we're gonna have another fight. Hopefully this one will be less of a... Wait, no, I just noticed. These are all level 66s. I think we're all just level 60 flat. Yeah, oh my god. Oh, wait, fuck. Is this one of those things? Okay. I can't tell if those levels are based off of ours, so if we ascend, we'll be more than strong enough to fight them, or if it's going to be one of those annoying scaling things, because I do not have a lot of level up material. In fact, I have no level up material for most of my characters, because I spent it on most of them, just trying to get them up to the levels that they currently are. In fact, hold on, I don't think we ever went to the train. Collect rewards. There's... I always hate when we go to this map and you can't, like, click on the star rail. It's... Yeah, it's... I forget that it's, like, the first thing in the map, rather than, like, its own... Like, hit this button to open up the star rail map. It's always, like, the first slot in whatever world map you're in. We were gonna... Oh, whoa, hello. I don't remember you. Why are you on the train? I keep forgetting about these. You don't really talk to Pom Pom too often. Which, by the way, I still stand by. He's so far the best, like, side, like a mascot character for HoYoverse. Way better than Paimon. And I think the mascot characters are just like these weird little bunnies, like bunny butlers in ZZZ. And I don't think they're gonna take out the conductor. And I keep... You know what? Fuck it. Let's... We've been holding off on leveling up for literally months. Okay, literally maybe a month. Did not mean it. Never remember. You're supposed to do a specific thing to level up, but we don't do it often. Damn it. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Or wait, no, we can't level up our equilibrium. We're still leveling up our other stuff. Or wait, did I already do it and I forgot? Hold on, wait. No, it says the cap level is 60. Oh no, I did do it. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. That's why shit was so hard! We did level it up. Nothing's stopping us from going up to 70. God damn it, I'm an idiot. Alright, I forgot that I think I did that at the end of one of the streams. And then I completely forgot about it. Because I was holding off on leveling up. That's why some guys were being so fucking annoying. Because they were higher level than us. And we didn't boost our characters up. My life. Alright. Well, I've solved the mystery of how much of a dumbass I am in this game. Awesome. Alright, well... You know what, I'm gonna call it here for today. I'm gonna grind and try to get these guys leveled up. It's literally just gonna be me repeating this one fight until I have enough material. Just for the general. And then probably again for ratio, and again for main character, and again for links. And I'm pretty sure I'm gonna run out of materials to even do these boss fights by the second person, so we'll see. But yeah, that is gonna be it for today. The end of day 1358 of streaming in a row. Shit, we're gonna have to like level up. I'm thinking. Like, even if I like grind from now until tomorrow's stream, like they put limiters on us. So like I don't think I'd actually be able to get enough material to get those characters leveled up. Okay, tomorrow we might be playing Liza P. Like we'll take a break from Honkai Star Rail. If I can't level up all of these characters, because yeah, I hate the limiters that they put on this game. Where it's like, cool, let me grind for level up material. Cool, you can do that for like one character maybe. Well, I have 4. Cool. Come back tomorrow or the day after that, whatever. So we'll see. I'll try grinding tonight, see how far I get. Based on how far it is, we might just do Liza P tomorrow. If I can't get at least 2 of the characters leveled up to 70. If I can't even do that, we'll do Liza P tomorrow. And then the day after that, we'll get back on Honkai Star Rail. Because I hate doing grinding shit on stream. But yeah, that is it for today, guys. Thank you for coming out and hanging out. And yeah, I'm going to be spending the next couple of hours. Or actually, not even a couple of hours. Probably an hour or 2. Based on their limiters that they put on this freaking game. And we'll see. We'll see how much progress we make. Hopefully, we'll be able to get a bunch of material pretty quickly. And it won't be that big of a deal. That's it for today. Links down below for Twitter, where all my previous... No. God, I've done this for so long, I'm already mixing shit up. Links down below for my Twitter, where I tweet out every day when I'm online and what I'm playing, as well as I tweeted out a shitload of game trailers, which I've seen over the last couple of days. Those are all primarily the ones that I am personally interested in. Although most of them are kind of just like, eh. Very few of them are like, I am super hyped about it. But they're all pretty interesting games. Can't wait to see what comes from some of them. Quite a few, like there were 3 that were all like kind of vaguely Chinese themed and also vaguely like possibly a Souls-like, but they all had like singular trailers, so it's like I can't tell what this is supposed to be gameplay wise, if it's supposed to be an action game or a Souls game. But either way, so there's like 3 possible Souls games coming up, but all like Chinese kind of old school themed. Honestly, oh my god, that's an ingenious idea. It would be sweet if they did like kind of a back alley, like bare knuckle fighter style game, except instead of it being an action game, it's more of a Souls game, but it's like a modern, like bare knuckle fight style game, but it's got like the difficulties and the bosses of like Dark Souls. That would be kind of cool. Although I don't know if you could really do that, since like Souls games have like insane, like literal insane monstrous bosses. I don't know if you could really translate that well to just like, I don't know, just like a pro wrestler or a Muay Thai guy or something. But that'd be something I'd be interested in seeing if someone could actually pull something like that off. But yeah, that is it for today. Links down below. Twitter, YouTube, where all my previous streams are uploaded and archived. I will catch you all tomorrow with... I'm saying it's probably going to be Liza P, based on my past experiences trying to grind in this game. And then on Wednesday, I should at least, hopefully, have 2 of our characters leveled up to 70. And then I'd be comfortable going into more battles that are to come. Yeah, that is it for today. Thank you for coming out and hanging out, and I'll catch you all tomorrow. See you.